Hi everyone, and welcome to a Kuta worksheet tutorial on similar polygons. Actually, using similar polygons. Basically what we're doing with this one is we're going to be finding missing side lengths given that the triangles or polygons are similar. So let's go ahead and start. Now, the first thing we need to do is kind of identify the big and the small polygon. In this case, this one's clearly the bigger one. If you didn't get it based on appearances, you can just trust that. Well, not trust, but see that the side lengths are bigger. So this 15 is bigger than that 10. Therefore, the green one is the big one, okay? Now, once we establish that, we just need to compare two sides. We don't really need to worry about some of the other ones, okay? But we're going to say the short side. So this is the short side. And once you get good at this, you don't really need to label all this, but I think it helps kind of learning it to label first. So we have the long side, and then we have the long side. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up a proportion. So instead of calling this x, this unknown side, question mark, we're going to call it x. So that side length is x. Now let's set up a proportion that we do know about. You always have to have some information of the shape for both shapes that we know. In this case, we know the short sides for both. So we're going to compare the short sides first. So that's 15 to 10. Okay. Notice how I'm first putting the short sides on the left, okay, and then I'm going to put the long side on the right, okay? And notice how also I have the big measurements on the top and then the small measurements on the bottom for the small polygon, the small rectangle, okay? So now we know that this is 24, the long side of the big one. Okay, so again, long side of the big one, that's why that number is 24 here. And then we have long side of the small one, sorry, that's here, okay? That's why that's x. So just to give you an idea of how I organize this, I compare one of the sides, one of the measurements, to one of the other sides, okay? And I keep track of which one's the big one and which one's the small one, okay? Don't be mixing it up like putting 15 over 10 and then having the small one on top on this side. That's big, small, small, big. You can't be mixing that up. You got to stay consistent. Or don't be putting like, yeah, so this just stay consistent. And there's other ways to do this as well, but this is the way I like to set it up. Some teachers may compare other things. This is how I'm showing it. There's multiple ways to do this. Maybe I'll show this in a different time, but for now, I think this is the simplest way to understand it. A way you've known you've done this correctly is you only have one variable. So we only have one variable, that's x. This makes it perfect for us to use proportions, which is cross multiply. So we're going to get 15x equals, or 15 times x equals 24 times 10. That's 15x equals 240. From here, it's just a simple one-step equation. So we can do 240 divided by 15 because we need to get the x by itself, and we get x equals 16. What does this mean? 16 is now the long side of this triangle, or I keep calling it a triangle, of this rectangle, of this polygon, okay? And this is the same process we're going to have for all these problems, okay? So we have our big one on the right this time, well, again, I suppose, and we have our small one on the left. I'm going to put the small one on the bottom again. You can put the small one on top as long as it's consistent on both sides. And I'm going to put the big one on the top. All right. Now, I'm going to compare the short side first. So short and then long. I'm trying to show you shortcuts as we go along. So we have 15. And then the long side of that green one, the big one, is 25. The short side for the small trapezoid is 12. And don't put 24 here. I mean, that doesn't do us any good, okay? Number one, we don't have this bottom measurement for the big one, so that's not good. We have to have measurements for both, okay? So in this case, we had top ones given for both. That's good. Notice how the short side's complete, okay? And then we don't, I'm calling this the long side, but we don't have a measurement here, but at least that's what we're looking for. We're calling it x, so that's what we're looking for. So technically, we have everything we need. We only have one variable. We have 25 over x, okay? And now we know we're good to go. You can't have all the numbers in there because then we're not finding anything. So now we cross multiply. we get 15 times x again, and then we get 25 times 12. And that gives us 300. So now we have 300 divided by 15, and that gives us 20. So x equals 20. So technically that isn't the longest side, but I mean, again, we just called it the longest side just for organization purposes, 20. This is how it's going to go for all of these. This one's a little tough just because we don't know if it's the longest side or not. So let me just show you this one. So we're calling this one the small one. This one's the big one. And I think for some of these, you just have to go based on appearances. So I'm going to put the small on the bottom again. I'm going to put the small side right there and then the big side over here. And based on appearances, I'm going to call the 12 the big side, and then I'm going to call x that short side. So just as a reminder, I did the big to small, and then I did the short side. I guess I'm going to go purple. Short side to long side, just so you're kind of following what procedure I did. I'm staying consistent with this. So I get 6x equals 12 times 5. 12 times 5 is 60. Divide by 6, divide by 6, and I get x equals 10. So that is 10. And that's how it's going to go for the rest of these ones. If you want to do it quickly, this is how you could do it. Okay, we could say this is the short side, this is the short side. So we're going to say this is x. That's my small one. I'm going to put that on the bottom. So my big one on the top, 10 over x equals, let's go long side this time. So that's 12 is my long side and 6 is my long side there. So 12 over 6. My biggest numbers are on the top, my smallest numbers are on the bottom. Now I cross multiply. I get 60 equals 12x. Divide by 12. I get x equals 5. Okay, a way to check that is that was supposed to be my short side. It is smaller than my long side. That's a good thing. And this 5 is also smaller than the short side of the bigger shape. Okay, so that's a way to double check my answer. Now we're getting into scale factors down here. It says here scale factor from A to B is 2 to 7. So 2 to 7. Okay, now what does this mean? Well, if you know if we're comparing small to big, and that is 2 to 7, now we're trying to find the missing measurements. So the missing measurement is here. So we have 6 and x. Okay, so we can call that x. So we say the small one is 6, the big one is x, and now we just have another cross multiplication case. 42 equals 2x, divide by 2, divide by 2. We get x equals 21. So then we have this is equal to 21. Okay, and that's what we do with all of these. So if we wanted to jump down to number 9, we have A to B, 5 to 6. So the small one, 5, to the big one, 6. Small to big. Just so you have that as a reference, equals my small side, I don't know. My big side, I do know. And now I'm just cross multiplying. So we get 6x equals, was that 150? So 150 divided by 6. 150 divided by 6 equals 25. Okay, a way to check, is this smaller than 30? Yes, it is. And because it's a 5 to 6 ratio, it's fairly close. Let's go to number 12, 1 to 2. This one should be fairly easy. If you know A is 1 to 2, then we just know this is going to be 3. Essentially what that means is half. So A is half the size of B, so that is going to be 3. Okay, so that's how that works. Let's take a look at the last section here, and then I'll let you guys go. Solve for x. The polygons in each pair are similar. Okay. I'm guessing it needs to orient it in the same way. So this 49 is related to that 12. And then we have the 63 is going to be related to this 8x minus 2. So what I'm going to do is say 63, the big shape, over the small shape, is equal to the big shape over the small shape. So 49 over the small shape, 42. And then I can cross multiply. We're going to have some big numbers here, but that's okay. If you want, one thing you can do is you can reduce before you get started. So I recognize that I could divide this by 7 and divide by 7. This is in case you don't have a calculator. I get 7 over 6. Now this is much easier than what I had before, 8x minus 2. Just kind of reduces the size a little bit, the workload. So now I cross multiply. I get 63 times 6 on the right. And then on the left, it's very important that I distribute. Okay, so I'm going to have to distribute the 7 to both the -2 and that 8x. So I get 56x minus 14 equals 63 times 6. That's not 63.6. That's 378. Now I have a two-step equation instead of one step. I add 14 to both sides. That's 392 equals 56x. And divide by 56 to both sides. I get, survey says, 7. Whoops, my earplug fell out. Got too excited. So I get x equals 7. I think that's all it's asking for. It's asking for x, so I know this is equal to 7. Okay, and there's my answer. Maybe let's do another one. What a weird shape this is. So we know that this one right here and this one right here. So 12 over, we'll do small side, x minus 2. And then I'll just do the smallest side, make it easier for myself, 24 over 18. You can reduce first if you want. So I'm going to divide that one by, 6? And I get 4 over 3 equals 12 over x minus 2. And then I cross multiply. Let's get going with that. I get 36 equals 4 times x minus 2. If you want and you get good at this, you can do it in your head. So we get 4x minus 8. I just said get good at this. Add 8 to both sides. I get 44 equals 4x. Divide by 4, and I get x equals 11. So that's how you do that. And same thing with all those. Now let's go to the scale factor one. So for like this one, number 20, we're going to do 5 to 6, small to big. And then we say the small one is 30 and the big one is 3x. We get 15x after we multiply equals 180. So we do 180 divided by 15. That's supposed to be a 5. Divided by 15 equals x equals 12. Okay, so then we know that equals 12. And that's pretty much all there is to this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys need help with anything else. I love geometry. Hope you do too. Anyway, thanks for watching.